Good morning and welcome to the video for the State of Texas new single child plan of service. The reason for this change on ChildTrax, or it's not a change, it's a new feature, is the State of Texas released a new single plan of service that they require CPAs to use for clients. We have developed this plan on ChildTrax. I will show you how it works in this video. If your agency would like to utilize a new plan on ChildTrax, log a ticket to the help desk and we will help you in utilizing the new plan. It will not be turned on automatically for you. What you see on my screen presently is the actual plan released by the state of Texas. It's a K908-3300 plan of service. It's pretty lengthy and involved. But that's it. They also sent out a companion guide back on September 27th, which gave instructions on how to fill this form out. We have put those instructions actually on ChildTrax. So I'm going to go ahead and step into this. Now this is our research system, and I've actually called the labeled the item treatment plan TX 2017, but this name can be whatever you would like for it to be. So to show you some of the instruction sets, I'm going to switch over to the input screen. This is what your users will use to input the data for the new treatment plan. And we're going to actually go to the emotional therapy section. So if you look at if you have received that companion guide, you'll see on there these instructions. So anything like this, or it could be in the actual title of the data field. Any of the instructions on the companion guide have been added to the screens. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. Now, when we did this, when we started working on this, we decided to do the printable reports a little differently, and we implemented a thing called XML coding. XML coding allowed us to take the actual form that the state of Texas sent you. This is the state form. This is what ChildTrax produces. But anyhow, we took this form and we actually put in XML coding. And what we do, we have what's called smart tags that we added for each one of these values. Okay, so we was able to take this form. There's a few things we had to change, like this child's race. Instead of showing all the options, we just show you what the race is. Same with ethnicity. That's some of the changes. It's almost an exact duplicate of the state form, though. But anyhow, the smart tags will actually, when you go to hit the printable report, it knows the smart tag tells the report writer, use this form, but go out and grab this data. So this smart tag would say, go out and find who the DFPS supervisor is and put that information here. Same with the caseworker, so on and so forth. So the actual printing of this plan happens using smart tags right on their form that they sent out. So you can see it's almost 100% matched. There are some few differences, but with the letter the state sent out with that single plan of service, they said it doesn't have to be an exact match, but we are very close to an exact match. So let me go ahead and move these down again. Okay, so the actual, let me actually, before we get into this entry screen, let me go back to the state form. So the state form has these sections: education, emotional therapy. Everything's divided up into sections. So the data input screen to build the service plan of service, we actually broke it up into those sections just like the form has it. So anywhere there's a section on the form, then these are the sections for the data entry. So if you look at DFPS, this information is stored at case info, but it shows here and you can actually edit it here. All right. child's information. Some of this comes from the client care item itself for the treatment plan, the service plan, or plan of service. Others, you actually enter the information while you're in this section. Placement information, again, a lot of this we already know, so you don't have to retype it. It just shows automatically. Permanency, same thing. If some of the sections on the state plan of service does not require goals, and anywhere that their plan doesn't require goals, we'd put a comment here, goals are not required in this section. But so let's keep right on going here. Again, goals are not required in this section. Let's go to intellectual and behavior. So this section does require goals, okay? And one of the things on their plan, I guess some of these sections may require goals, but they're not really applicable. So one of the first things you're asked, are goals applicable? If the plan shows that it needs goals, then you just put yes or no. And then you can actually start building these clinical items right here. You don't have to go back to the client page and click on clinical items. You can build them for this section right with this add button, and we will default the treatment plan section to the section you're in. So if your users aren't paying close attention, a lot of times they'll get these sections wrong. But now you can just start building right from the treatment plan itself without going back to the client page and clicking on clinical items. So in the point of this video is not to step through every one of these sections, but as you can see, we did a very detailed job on making sure we had everything covered. The last part down here is about signatures. So anywhere where you have to fill stuff out, you fill it out here. When you print it, you can go take the printable report and get it signed by everybody. So that's the data entry screen. It's very clean. Again, instruction sets. Any instructions that the state sent out for these screens are either in this bar or they're right underneath the actual field. That will help your staff write better notes and comments and narratives. So that's the entry screen. The first section here is just client care dates. This works as it typically has before, and then obviously the report buttons up here in this first section. Okay. Now, if your agency wants to use this new treatment plan, then you must be utilizing. Let me go back to the client page real fast. You must be utilizing diagnosis, medications, clinical items, and you'll have case info. Let me show you it real fast. You'll have these fields on your case info, not this agency worker notes, but you'll have a DFPS, primary permanency goal, DFPS, concurrent permanency goal, child strengths, interests, and personality, DFPS supervisor, DFPS caseworker, and unit number. So those functions you absolutely will have to be utilizing to use the new single plan of service for the state of Texas. And then the last thing I want to reiterate is if your agency is interested in using the new single plan of service for the state of Texas, please contact the help desk and we will help you roll that out to your agency. Thank you.